Nick, I saw your footage and I was blown away. And so, just really quick before we get into the footage, introduce yourself to the audience and what it is you do.
Yeah, my name's Nick Shirley. I'm an independent YouTube journalist, and I go all across the world, not just the United States, but all across the world, showing the reality. I go to all the locations, or just doing ride-alongs with gangsters in Chicago as well.
Yeah. Okay. So this I saw it and I was like, this is like, it was some of the most incredible footage I've ever seen, because you went straight into the west side kind of hood of Chicago and you're hanging out with gangsters. At one point, they point the gun at your cameraman and you hear him go, whoa, 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 whoa. I mean, this is really radical stuff, and you put yourself in harm's way for this footage. So I just want to start playing some of it, because it not only is it amazing to see up close, it's also so newsy and everything that's happening. And I think it gives people a really unique insight into how these cultures of crime and real like urban warfare happen. Let's go ahead and play. We could start anywhere, but let's go 401.
So right now, you got this massive gun.
Yeah.
And how many times you been done shot? Let's
3.
See. You got shot right here, looks like. Another shot right there.
Right there.
Well, you got a bullet inside.
Out with, and how many of those people were shot?
Yeah, I hung out with about 5 people, and each of them have been shot around 3 times each. And the bullet wounds are there. One guy literally, like it showed there in the video, he had the bullet lodged into his ribs.
Jeez. And you asked that one individual in that clip, like, hey, now that you've been shot, are you ready to see the gun violence die down? And his answer was, hell nah. So there's some statistics here, Nick, that suggest that 12.5% of black men in Chicago will have been shot by the age of 40. So obviously that percentage is going to be much higher in the rapper sort of gangster community. But that's more than 1 in 10. So if you're born a black man in Chicago, a little baby, by the time you're 40, more than 1 in 10 of them is going to be shot. And I can't instantly compare that to statistics of war in Ukraine or in Gaza or whatever, but I have to believe that is equivalent. It's probably on par, maybe higher than some of these places that we consider war zones in the country. Do they have enough sense or reflection that they are living in a war zone?
Well, they do call Chicago Chirac, so people are referring it to as a war zone. And I mean, the casualties there, every weekend there's about 5 homicides, 5 murders, 5 people get shot. Just on Labor Day weekend, there's over 58 people that got shot.
And how many of those killers do you think are still walking the streets?
What you mean?
Like, how many people get away after they kill somebody?
I don't know. It don't take us that long. For a get back.
Ooh. So we hear that it's less than a 50% clearance rate, which is how many murders get solved in the city of Chicago. So more than half never get solved. But this guy says, and this is kind of one of the main characters, that guy, the last guy that we saw there, he's also a rapper, right? He says, well, I don't know, it doesn't take that long for us to get a get back. So he's suggesting, well, even if the police don't get the guy that shot us, we're going to get him. And that is really the cycle in a nutshell right there. Nick Shirley. Your reaction to that clip, Nick?
Oh, yeah. So sorry, I thought you were closing it out. But yeah, no, they obviously, it's.
Yeah, I was going to say, so that's my next question. When you hear J.B. Pritzker or Brandon Johnson out of the city of Chicago fight tooth and nail to keep the National Guard out of the city, but even you got these gangsters saying it'd be good to do this, what's that dynamic? How do you, now that you've seen it up close, like, do you have a conclusion? Do you feel like it would be a good idea for the National Guard to be in Chicago?
Yeah, I think both those guys are pretty stupid, if we're all being honest, right? Why wouldn't they want their cities? And so every weekend, people are dying on the streets of Chicago. And Trump's even offering to give them help to send the National Guard. And I even talked to the gangsters yesterday. I was just following up with them, seeing how they were doing. And I was asking about if Trump should send in the National Guard. And they even said that it would be a good idea to send them in. and especially to get rid of the illegal gangs, because the illegal gangs aren't playing by the same rules they play by. And so they were saying,
explain that. So these guys, I mean, they're part of a gang, but they're worried about the illegals that are also forming gangs, and they're playing by a different set of rules.
Yeah, like obviously they're from Latin America and they're from cartel controlled countries, so they don't play by the rules of you gotta do this to make sure you don't get by this. They don't have those rules, and they'll say themselves that they were just brought up into it and they never got out.
It's crazy. It's like another world. Honestly, it's like you're looking at Martians or something. And that's not a racial comment. It's just the amount of crime that they live with and that they're just accustomed to. It's just, I think a lot of people in this audience, it just can't relate. Let's go ahead and play another cut here. 406.